Hello, everybody. That's right. I'm probably going to do this joke until we stop doing this podcast.
I
If that
love
ever
that you
happens.
say that every time too.
What?
Like not just that I'm gonna like not just like that's right guys and then like the cliche or whatever, but like and I'll probably say this until the end of the of the
Well,
show
it's the little Brubers. They'll
but
know,
it's
right?
funny because it's not like it's not we've upgraded. That's the meme. It's and I'll probably say this every episode. That's
Oh.
become the meme now.
Well, if you're just joining us for the first time, this is the Broken English Brothers podcast. We talk about whatever. I'm your co-host Brooker.
Co-host.
What do you think? I'm the main host?
I
You're,
thought
you're
so.
no, you're a co-host. You're the other brother.
Oh, I thought I was. I thought you were implying I was the main host,
We're
and you're
both
the co. We're
co-hosts.
both co-hosts.
I mean, I don't know. Do you want to be the main host?
I mean, I definitely have main character syndrome, where I feel like
Okay.
we talked about that a bit last week about how like yeah, I think we
Yeah, you think
did.
you're better than most other people in the world.
I think I just hang around a lot of people who don't hold my values.
They're filth.
No, not like oh I have superior values. Like my goals in life are different than theirs, so it's just like confusing and like doesn't make sense when I'm seeing them pursue their goals. You know, like I forget that like some people, it's just like I just want to be financially successful. That's all I care about. And it's like I guess what he's doing, what that person's doing, is like will help towards that direction. I guess it's just like it seems like a lame ass fucking goal.
Well,
I
different
just want a
strokes for
bunch of
different
money.
folks. I don't think that's the worst goal in the world.
I don't think so.
See,
Well,
this is why, again, here's the other inside joke. It's like,
yeah.
this is why we need a producer. Julie is on her
Kind
9
of
to
like
5.
that upstairs.
It gets a glare right here, so it's no good. It's no
Okay.
good. But I do agree it is kind of nicer. And then, yeah, this is why. Okay, keep talking.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like just wanting a bunch of. I'm trying to think of what the worst life goal would be that like would actually be a legitimate goal. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And I don't know, just wanting a bunch of money.
Wanting a bunch of children. How about that? I want 9 kids.
I don't know if that's a bad life goal. I think it's
Spread my seed all around the
here's the
world.
thing. I think it's at best it's like a naive approach to the world. At worst, it's like it is pretty fucking like detrimental. But like I don't know if it's the worst life goal.
No, I think they're
What would be the worst life goal? I guess.
wanting to have. Well,
Uh,
no politics, no politics.
wanting to have.
Wanting to do whatever you want. Let's just say that. Do whatever you want to whoever you want, whenever you want. Ultimate power, basically.
Yeah, I
And
guess.
and you can get away with doing whatever. you
Yeah,
want.
that's just like kind of again, it's like such a like I don't know. I would have to delve into it. Like when you get to like a certain like it's so unobtainable for me that it's just like I've never entertained
Well, I saw
the psychological
somebody post
aspect
on,
to it.
on Facebook. They said something along the lines of, it's like, don't keep thinking someday, or something like that. Don't keep telling yourself someday. It's like, start doing it. Start doing what you're wanting to do.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Like a one day maybe, like
Yeah,
you
someday.
waiting for the change to happen to you rather than making the change.
Yeah, basically,
Yeah,
yeah.
I would agree with that, but like
So
I don't think they explained it very well. But yeah.
I guess
'Cause it's just like-
I'm not. That's
you know
not
what
a
I mean.
verbatim quote. It was something I read it and I was like,
Oh.
oh, it's not bad.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's original.
I think what I just said is
better?
poetic. Yeah.
A little better. But,
It's yeah. Don't wait for something to happen to you. You be the change or whatever.
so, what is there any crazy topics? I have a bunch. I have like I think 6. Right
no, I
here.
guess not. Other than I have like crappy main character syndrome, but like I don't hold myself's worth above other people. I just think I have certain traits that seem to be the best towards what I want to accomplish. But again, not everybody wants to accomplish what I want to
So
accomplish.
speaking of elitism, I had a
Yeah.
dream, okay, and I try to write my dreams down from now
Yeah.
on. What are you rolling your eyes for?
Because that makes you remember them, and I don't like.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't like
write down
remember
the ones that
dreams.
suck.
Yeah.
But this one I thought was funny because it felt so real and it feels like something that could happen in real life, right? Versus most dreams that, it's just like, no, that's a dream and that's that. So we went to like a nice restaurant. Couldn't tell you who was there. I just know that I was there. And so as I always do, I ordered a water, right? And the waiter was like, uh,
You're Brooker English.
no, the waiter's like, sir, there's a different restaurant down the street you could go to because everyone else ordered like wine and like soda. Or
Okay,
whatever.
okay.
And so they're like, basically the waiter's like,
Being rude,
just
catty.
you're too cheap to pay for a drink, I guess. And I'd like water. He's like, no, I'm serious. Well, these restaurants, they're great. They might be, more accustomed to someone in, your situation.
This is a weird dream.
I'm like, what the hell? What the hell are you talking about, man? I want a damn water with my steak or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
And I think it's funny because I really do feel like that could happen in like a really ritzy Ritz fucking restaurant. I don't think it probably ever has. Maybe it's never happened.
I'm trying to think. Maybe if you I'll just have some French fries.
I'll have
I
some
could
French fries and a water.
I could maybe understand, but a water is just like that's just me being healthy.
You know what it might have been was I feel like something I seen that maybe in a TV. That seems like very Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if it's just like a relapsed.
It could be
of a scene from that where it's like, yeah, I'll just have a water because people will buy like those. Maybe that's what it was because I was at a restaurant. Actually, okay, here we go. When I was a cop, I was at a restaurant and I didn't want to order anything because I'd already eaten, but I wanted to be there with my partners, or whatever. So I'm just like, no, I'll just have a water and that's it. So I don't have to tip, basically. Because if you get anything, you don't have to tip, or you have to tip or whatever. So I'm like just nibbling on the chips or whatever, and then my coworker's like, oh, no, you can't do that. Like that's fucking rude because you're just ordering a water, but you're eating the chips. That the price for the chips and the tortillas is included in with the entree, right?
Yeah, but somebody else had the chips, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
But the chips, they always come to your table. They don't even ask you to.
Yeah.
So maybe that's where it came from. Where I'm just like that translating to someone that would actually be like, sir, fuck you. Like go eat somewhere else because you're not getting basically a free snack by eating here because your friends just so happen to want to eat here too.
Yeah.
I don't know. But that one's been brewing. I want to talk about that. So our Mario episode, probably the most popular episode that we've ever done.
Or
right?
you're joking? Okay, yeah, but with the funny part, and I was talking to Hannah about this, is the last episode we did was even worse on the views, which I didn't think it was a bad episode.
I think it's all a combination of the title and the thumbnail. I really do think that that's what makes a big difference. And
as
the
long
Infer
as
community, like nobody knows what the hell that is unless you watch the episode.
Yeah.
Right. So I think
which you think would drag more people in. I thought you'd think.
What? The Infer.
Just like what's an Infer? What?
Well, I mean that's the thing is.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. As long,
you also don't know what TBEB stands for, right?
A TBEB.
TBEB. The Broken English Brothers.
Oh,
podcast.
yeah.
So it's just TBEB EP 22. It was like, what the hell is Infer?
TBEB.
No, I don't care.
TBEB.
Yeah, we're T-Bebbers.
I like that.
We're bebbers.
That's funny. Yeah, I mean, here's my thing, and it's so funny. It's like I was thinking about this. It's like in real time. It's like people could probably see, you can even like see it like going through my brain when I was like looking like this. I was like, huh. It was just like in real time, just worrying about view counts and shit, and it's just like. I never wanted to be like that, and I don't think I will. So it was like when I was like looking down, I was like, God, I hate that. Like, but I mean, it comes from just like, well, I want to. Whenever I do something, I want to do a good job at it.
Yeah,
so it's literally just like, but again, as long as we hit that 12 view count, then I know the people I care about are listening and.
Friends and family, right?
Friends and
that's
family,
kind of who this,
which
what this is for them.
She's listening. Mom is listening. She messaged me about it that she apparently knows about it and has been watching.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh. Every time somebody I know tells me that they're watching, I was like, oh. I hope I didn't say
Yeah.
anything bad about that person. Because I'm
but no,
just such a shit talker.
It really is a fun experience, and
I really love.
I would
Yeah.
encourage people to.
I need to get a microphone, that's like portable. I want to do, after hours, or I had a term for it or something, but just I have a bunch of people reach out to me and they're like want to talk to me or talk to you about like a specific topic that we had on the podcast, and I'm just like, yeah, and we'll talk about it and it'll just be so funny and stuff, and I'm just like, I gotta record this, like this is great.
That would be cool, yeah.
Yeah, so I need to do that, but like doing the setup and everything is such a, like, I think it might just be like a recording thing where it's just I'll just get like a microphone and then just like next time I'm hanging out with them we'll talk about it.
You know, audio quality is like the most important aspect of
Yeah,
all
I know.
this, right?
Yes, I know. The whole static versus audio static.
Yeah.
Yeah, the big thing I think that's holding me back from doing it is just work schedule. So fingers
Well, yeah,
crossed
trying
that fixes soon.
So, little tidbit for the viewers at home. Some news coming up in TBEB world, right? So next
What?
week's episode is actually going to be filmed on location.
Oh, are we doing that?
Yeah, we're doing that. So I'm going to bring the mics and then.
Okay, I was actually excited. I was like, what would be really fun is if we
No,
do it, but
yeah.
I'm like, I don't know how to set it up.
So
I'm not gonna.
the only problem that there's going to be is that we're going to have a bunch of people there, right? And everyone is going to want to talk, and it's going to be kind of it's going to be more so like with us. And
Has there ever been a podcast with like 12 people?
Yes, there has. And
but are they
terrible.
podcasts, or are they that stupid,
they
dumb
make fun of
shithead
women.
who's like, he hires a bunch of prostitutes,
Yes, and then they come by
and then they come by and he just shit talks them. But it's like,
just prove my point.
well, the thing I hate with that stupid fucking show is that like, I hate the viewers, because it's just like. It's like like I want to like literally say, like, is it not obvious what this is? This is just the OnlyFans models getting free promotion, publicity, for their thing, and it's just like, oh well, we're shit talking them, and it's like, do you know that like OnlyFans models pay, like, just the fact that this knowledge exists of just like, every single one that they do, once they get on that show, their numbers boost up by like exponentially.
They're friendly with each other after the show too.
Yeah, but and then it's just like, just the fact that like you can just, oh wait, I feel like that information is just so in your face of just like, you do know, like, it just blows up their accounts, right? They just get crap loads of money and boosts in their popularity from that. Do you think, like, it's just like, just that information, you can infer that they're just doing this, and the guy's just doing this as a symbiotic thing to just rake in money, and none of them actually believe or mean any of the stuff that they're saying. It's just like, so what you're watching is basically just like propaganda, and it's just like, well, I don't know. For me, it's always humiliating when I watch propaganda and fall for it.
I mean, that's what people want to watch. There's a very specific subset of the community that wants to watch that, and they eat it up. And so, if it's going to be consumed, people are going. I mean, if they
yes, I would just be embarrassed if I fell for it again awarded.
I guess.
I mean, would you not be embarrassed if somebody like literally conned you out of money?
Well, I mean. This I want to move away from, because then I start getting into tangents and we teeter on politics.
What's wrong with you don't have to get a tangent into politics. I mean,
but I'm saying that's the logical next step in this conversation, is how I feel about it. Is like,
how do you feel about it? I mean, you were saying for a second there that like,
yeah, people, if they
you're like, I mean, a con's a con. What's the problem?
Well, I'm saying grifter's gonna grift. People, like, if it doesn't work, they're not going to do it. It works, so they're going to do it.
I don't mind them doing it.
What, that just people fall for it?
Yeah, I would just be incredibly embarrassed if I fell for that stuff.
Well, yeah, but the pride comes into the matter. But I don't.
I guess so.
The reason I don't want to talk about it is because you just get into like those, like, but we're the smart ones. No, we're the cool ones. We don't fall for that stuff.
Well, I mean, we don't fall for the flat Earth shit.
Okay, but that's.
I'm not saying I'm better. I do get what you're saying. It is more
just
of
like,
that
yes, I know they're morons. Whatever.
I wouldn't even say they're morons. I would just say it really. it sucks that there's so many like kids are getting tricked.
Well, and that's the market is like it's like the 12 to fucking like 19-year-old males.
I hate that stuff because I mean I'll tell you the most embarrassing thing, and people will laugh on. Like I'm gonna get a call from Patrick, I'm gonna get a call from Sequoia, they're gonna be laughing at me. But I remember when I was in middle school or high school, I fell for that fucking Vasati shit.
Vasati?
The hey guys, we're doing what was it? Mommy makeout day. Like the fucking pranks.
Oh, the pranks?
Yeah, I thought like I'm like, oh wow, that's really how
Where
you
he
get
goes and,
girls.
Like, makes it, like,
yeah,
makes
yeah.
out,
I
and they're not. And they're just paid
that's how
actors.
it is so
Yeah,
embarrassing
you're a
that I
dumbass
fell
little kid,
for that.
But you're a dumbass
yeah.
little kid.
You
That's,
are a
that's
dumbass
who, That's
kid.
who the market's for. It's like, yeah,
I get,
women,
yeah, that's
women
true.
suck. Women are stinky.
I guess it does help to know it's just like all those like 90% of those video viewers are just teenagers.
Well, it doesn't. It's actually worse because that means they're growing up into it and they're gonna hold on.
Yeah,
to this.
I mean,
or
yeah,
it
it
could
really
mean that
it did
they're
mess.
like, wow, I was a dumbass kid. Like I don't believe
I'm
that.
glad I found out about it, but it was just like I needed somebody else to revisit it and then talk about it after. Like, it's like I wouldn't watch their videos, but I would think that like, oh wow, I must be doing something wrong because this guy can just make out with anybody and I can't do something like that.
Well, like
and it's just like
I find it all deplorable, like the fake.
it is
pranks,
deplorable,
whatever.
yeah.
But the point I want to make is, or that to round it back, is that we're doing that. It's going to be these two mics, and ideally, it's going to be me and you. We're going to be on the camping.
Oh yeah,
chair.
that's why we were talking about this.
Yes, and we might get some feedback, or we might get some things. And the reason I mention this is because I hate it. My dad, whenever he was on the show, he hates it too.
What?
Is when they have these little mics and they hold it up like that, like so that people can talk. Because the whole point of the lavalier mic is that it's hands free, right? Like
yeah, but if you only have one, you have to switch it.
well, and that's why. So I'm trying to say I apologize in advance for when you see the next episode. It's going to be.
What
it's
is
gonna
it?
be dumb.
It might be windy. Do you have like plans for like the wind?
There's like yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if
I
it's
hope you
windy,
have-
worst case scenario, we can do it in the damn tent.
Yeah.
Okay, we can do it in the damn tent.
I'll have a big one.
Yes.
Which I need to get.
Which
people
we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Okay. That's not for here.
That's exciting though.
So. What was I
Mommy
gonna mention?
makeout day.
Okay, so talking about and then going back even further, we were talking about our most popular episode of all time. Put us on the charts was the Mario episode.
Oh
Where
yeah.
we just talked about the Mario movie for 50 minutes.
Which Hannah was laughing about. She thought it was a good video.
Which, for that matter, it's kind of like that meta commentary where it's like it's kind of a joke. It's like, yo, let's talk about the Mario movie in our podcast where we could talk about literally like anything that's not politics, and we're like, let's talk about the Mario movie.
Yeah.
Anyways, so we're not going to talk about this for another 50 minutes. But did you see that Mario? They canonized that Peach is really Rosalina's sister. That's canon across.
Yeah,
all
I've
platforms.
been hearing a lot of the drama because like everybody's like Miyamoto would shoot down shit like all the time, and he's like, no, there needs to be no story.
Yeah.
You know, all that shit, and now he's like,
yeah,
this is what I always wanted. You know,
but the gameplay always came first, so I couldn't make it happen.
Yeah. Apparently he's like taking it like it's you know, this is what I
grand
want.
scheme.
Yeah, like he's taking credit for all that stuff or something. I don't know. Here's the thing: I'm disenfranchised with. I mean, once you get older, you kind of realize how the world kind of is. That like the best stuff you see truly is a collaborative effort.
Yeah.
It's just like I think, and again, I like the world will always be continuously learning this because it's just you're like as a kid you need a face to it, and you're set up to just associate something with one person, and that's just how people are. I think when you get older, you realize that's not always the case. There are people who make way more impactful presences than other, but for the most part, some of the, at least in our culture, in the United States culture, like most of the best stuff you've seen is a collaborative effort. Because like when you look at Star Wars, when you take away the collaborations of everybody and you just have George Lucas, yeah, you just see it's like, oh, this is like, looks like a lot of people were reining him in. Looks like a lot of other people were like pushing for these types of effects. A lot of people had these skills.
Didn't he push for Jar Jar Binks and stuff?
Yeah. He was entirely everything behind the original trilogy. He didn't want to pull back Jar Jar in the second and third prequel trilogy, but he did listen to feedback. I mean, I don't think he's a bad guy. I admire George Lucas in a lot of ways because it's just like he's like this really weird guy.
Yeah, he had a vision, right?
He had a vision. He wanted to tell his story.
Because your problem is probably the same with mine, right? It's not necessarily like Star Wars, like what it was, but more so like what people as a whole make it into, right?
Yeah, like part of me wonders if people as a whole even make that, or if it's an AstroTurf thing similar to Harry Potter, where it's just like,
Now, Harry Potter is just straight up popular.
yeah, but it was AstroTurfed. It was like,
What do you mean?
So before the first book was even, or was like, I think as soon as it was finished,
they
she
bought
had,
the rights.
some company bought the rights and then just fucking went insane. What was the movie company that made the movies?
I think it was Universal.
Universal. They like invested before the second book was even out or something, and they made this grandiose story about J.K. Rowling and who she was and where she came from. They made it, but like here's the thing, and it's just like you have to keep in mind, like, so much of our society and our culture truly is just like a construction of other people.
Like, I mean, that's what society is.
But like not the people below, but the people above. Like I was watching this interview, and it's about politics, but like I'm not gonna go into the politics of it. But it was somebody interviewing Donald Trump, and it came out like last week or something, and she was just like, this person said this. What do you have to say to that, Trump? And he's just, or she didn't say it like.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and he was just like, that's a horrible thing. You're a joke. You're a fucking joke. You're a disgrace. I'll answer it. I'll be here, but you're a fucking disgrace. You're a piece of shit. Yeah, I didn't never do any of that. And like, she was trying to be, she was like, she wasn't on the offensive or anything, really. But it's just like.
Well, she goes, oh, so you think
he's
referring to you.
That's her whole jet. But he interrupts her when she says that, and it's just like, that steals away the power that she. But then it just like comes into it. It's like, wait a second, whoa. Let's take a step back. You have a guest on your show shit-talking you, talking about all this stuff.
Yeah, they tolerate it.
You're tolerating all this? Also, wait, what's he even doing here? Is he on here on his own? He doesn't look like he's very happy to be here. Who set up this interview? Why did this party agree to this interview? Why did this party agree to this interview? Why did this get, like all of this? It's just like,
what are you getting at?
Well, that's a lot of questions, and it's not as simple as just, Trump, he's not that busy, so he has some time to go and do this. It's just like, no, somebody set that up.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And Trump has producers and all this stuff, or they wouldn't be called producers, but like, he doesn't want to be here. He hates these people, and he's set up in this interview. This person has no self-respect or no backbone, and yet they're doing this interviewing, and they're doing like softball questions. And it's just like, who set up this interview? What is this interview even about? I think it was like, what, 60 minutes?
It was 60 minutes because there was the shooting at the congressional.
Yeah, so it just brings into the question. It's just like, this is all theatrics.
Well, I guess, but I mean, I don't even get what your point is.
I'm just saying, it's just like, this is all theatrics and kayfabe. It's like, and you're familiar with kayfabe, right?
Yeah, like the wrestling.
Yeah, the wrestling. It's all like a performative story to tell society.
Okay.
It's just like, it's not like.
And that's why it's pointless. It's all moot. That's why
it is pointless. Yes. But to rewind before I started getting to it, what was it that you said?
We were talking about Shigeru Miyamoto.
Okay, yes.
and then
companies and all this stuff, they put up this kayfabe and this story that this guy, this face, created something. That Shigeru Miyamoto, was just this guy, and he came up with this creative thing, and it was so revolutionary, and it was so ingenious, and it's just like, it's literally a fucking orange guy jumping around with fucking pipes and brown pieces of shit walking around.
I mean, what you're saying is that it's like, because of the legacy that it has now, like you're
It's
retroactively.
yeah, you're retroactively mystifying
Yeah.
everything.
No, I agree.
And it's
but
just like, but you're also like saying it was like this was all Miyamoto, and you know maybe he had a lot. I don't know what the production process was for older video games in the 80s,
Well-
but I can tell you like since the 90s that you can look at the credits. It's not just one fucking guy.
Well, no, I mean that's just how it is, right? Like
I know that's
so,
how it
so
is.
talking about like reference,
But the fact that the enemy is even interviewing some random guy is to and then people are talking about that
because
interview
that's just
is
how
just to
people-
perpetuate this
Okay,
constructed fantasy
okay,
that doesn't
I mean,
exist.
I agree with what you're saying, but that's just like how the brain works in a lot of ways, right?
I
Like,
know like why it works is how the
So,
brain works.
I
But
feel
what
like-
I'm saying is by even participating in an interview or somebody retweeting an interview, you're participating in a construction that somebody has created. Somebody has created this artificial drama or this artificial thing. It's just like some guy who claims to be in charge of Mario, something that people have been told is in charge of Mario, said this, and it's just like
I mean that's just the news though. Like they have to find some bullshit to.
I guess that's the thing. It's just like it is. I don't know. I guess it's just been something that's I've been thinking about lately. It's
I mean,
just
that's
like
just like it sounds like ultimately you're upset with the news before anything else because they just have to go find some shit to report on so that they can say that they did
but
that.
I mean, it's
whatever.
not so much that that's happening. It's just that like people are like mistakenly interacting with a machine. I guess that doesn't exist.
I guess I kind of want to move on now.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I mean, I just had a lot of stuff to say about like just the artificial. I hope you know what I'm getting at of just like
I get what you're saying.
this,
and it's
like-
I mean, yeah, but that's just. I mean, I don't know how to change that. It's been
I'm not
like
saying you
that
change
for
it. I'm just saying
years,
it's
for
hard.
centuries.
Like I guess like I'm
You just don't buy into it.
deconstructing it.
Like,
No,
I
I'm
see
just
that, I'm just
deconstructing it. I'm just deconstructing
like that
it.
normally I wouldn't give a shit about, but I'm like, we need stuff.
We
to
need
talk
something to
about.
talk. I'm
And so
sorry,
I'm like-
audience. I'm sorry. I'm
So
like,
I'm like, oh, let's talk about that, and then I mean,
I just it's been on my mind, and this was an example of just like the constructed
all right. Well, I have.
fantasy of this.
I've got a new topic that's they're kind of tangential. There's two.
That's
of them.
fine. Okay, I'll stop being so deconstructive.
Okay, so I don't know if this was like clickbait or like engagement bait or whatever, but apparently they changed how you sing the ABCs.
That's fake. What do you mean?
I mean, it might be. So it was
You know
like,
it's based off of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star?
I mean, that would make sense.
Yeah.
A, B,
Twinkle
C,
Twinkle
little star, that's probably how you are.
Yeah, A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Okay,
Yeah.
so they changed it. It's like A, B, C, D, E, F, G. It's not to the twinkle twinkle, whatever.
Well, that's the thing is I think the ABCs work because it's to
Okay,
something else
so
they already know.
you sing the end, right? It's like Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z.
Now I know my ABCs. Yeah.
Okay, now I know my ABCs or whatever. So apparently now it's like a different tempo, and then they end. It's like, now I will never forget how to say the alphabet.
Oh, that's clever at the end.
You think?
Yeah.
Well, anyways, I guess they're changing it.
I like that ending better than now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me?
Now I will never forget.
Now I will never forget how to say the alphabet. I like that. That's a way better ending. Is that the only thing that they changed?
Well, no, they changed the tempo at the beginning where because it's like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, pause, right? H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P.
And what is it now?
Pause. They end on like N. It's like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, or like that, and then it's like H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W.
I guess I'm okay with it
YXZ
if you
or
get the
whatever.
ending better, but I'm wanting to know who's behind this change.
I don't know. So here's the thing. Like it was Julie showed me this, and it was just kind of like this almost feels fake because it was
Is
like
this like on a live leak
it was like,
video
no,
website?
it was like two dude bros on their own podcast, right?
Wouldn't it be funny? What would you think if like Julie showed you this and it was like on some sketchy live leak video and it's like footage from inside the classroom?
That'd be kind of funny, I guess.
It's like, Julie, where did you get this?
But no, it was like a podcast, like a YouTube short or whatever, and they played the song in the mic, whatever, and I was almost just like, I don't believe this because it was just that over
What? No, I can do it, bro. They did
not
you
change.
cannot.
bro, they did not change. I'm like, yeah.
It's like a censor mark.
So I'm like, I don't know. This could just be clickbait, right? Like they could have. Hey, can you make this for me real quick? This new song.
I hope you're gonna. Do you need to mark this so my mic doesn't peak? I really feel bad. I went too
I'll
loud.
do an audio. I don't know. Fuck it. You guys are fucked. Sorry, I don't.
Oh my
do that.
god, you gotta put some production value.
Well, you can edit the video then.
So am I in charge of editing now?
Do you want to be? 'Cause
No.
apparently you have an issue with how I do it.
Well, I mean, if you're not even gonna like pay attention to like the audio spikes, I mean, come on, people care about that.
Do you have
There
any
you go.
editing?
Experience?
Experience?
Yes,
You
I
did?
used to edit at the Buzz.
Oh, that's right. You did, yeah.
Yeah, I'm only familiar with Final Cut, but
Well, put in an application and maybe
I
we
really
can make
don't.
you
I got
the-
a lot on my plate
Maybe we
already.
can make you the editor
No.
for this.
I mean, I definitely want it done a certain way, but like not enough to do it. So like, I guess I shouldn't complain.
So I don't do it good enough, I guess.
If
all
you
my
want to be
idea.
better, I'm
I
giving
spent
you
all the money.
If
I
you
made
want to
the
be better,
studio,
I'm giving you the tools to know what needs to be better.
but not the work.
Yes.
Okay, let's
and
move
that's
on.
usually again. All right, moving on. We need to
I'm
have
just,
like
I'm
a.
just shitting on you. I'm just like, yeah, well, I did all this, and you have
No, I love like when you say like moving on. It's just funny.
because you could talk
It's
about
like jarring.
Well, you could talk about something for like
Just
literally
jarring to me. I'm sure the audience likes it. They're like, yes, can we please move on?
Well, that's why I try to steer, like, obviously you talk more and a lot of what you say is interesting, like, compared to what
I think
say.
it's funny when you say moving on.
But I am the behind the scenes on screen producer. I'm like, I need to steer this a certain way.
There's what is that
way.
video where they're just like they're like talking and they're like, all right, moving on. It's like they'll say something so like what's the word, inflammatory, and like I never said moving on, and then they're like, all right, well, moving on, and like not give the person to like.
I mean, that's just kind of like a common meme. Like,
Yeah, it's a common meme, but that's how I feel when you're like, all right, we're gonna move on. I was like, I'm in the middle of this. Anyways.
I gotta reel you in though. 'Cause
Yeah,
like
do it. Go. Okay, so.
All right, so elementary time is now doubled, I guess.
What do you mean?
What else would that mean?
You're in elementary till 10th grade?
Oh, fuck. The
Looks like
recess
somebody
time.
didn't go to elementary school.
The recess has been doubled.
So it's 2 hours?
An hour, I think. Because usually it's like half an hour.
Oh, I always thought it was an hour. Maybe they went back. I do remember, I think there was a time where they shortened it. So now it's like going back to what it used to be.
But I wonder if that'll affect how long schools are in session or if they like because I think that's good, the recess time. For
Yeah,
kids,
well, I mean, like
Well-
the whole concept of the United States education system is a
Dude,
joke.
recess.
So. Well, you know what? I take that back. Up until 8th grade or 9th grade, it's actually pretty useful stuff. I think it's important basic stuff up
Well, I
until
think it
like
depends
8th
on-
or 9th.
I mean, they give you like the general education,
and it's
then-
and
then in
that's
high
like really
school-
helpful. And I
There-
think some stuff in high school is useful, but then you get into like stupid like specialized.
You know, in some countries,
education, and it's like a
teach you,
joke.
like how to do taxes in high school.
Yeah, was that you I was talking to about it?
I don't know.
We were talking about it on the Discord, I think. Like we had an oh yeah, you don't look at that one. In the politics things, we were talking about how like a lot of us like weren't taught stuff in like high school, like how to register to vote, because we were talking about that.
Oh yeah.
And I was just like, I don't know if I'm ready. And like you didn't get it teached and whatever. And then like somebody else was like, I didn't get teached either. I got lucky and we had a very overzealous teacher. And I was like, I had an overzealous teacher who happened to teach me taxes one day. Like she was like, I'm gonna teach all of you guys taxes today, just because she really thought it was important, which it was. But since it was only one day, I didn't get to retain it very
home
well.
ec. Like, did you ever have a home ec?
No,
class?
that wasn't
I
a
had
thing.
one when we lived in California, I think, and that was cool.
Yeah, I mean stuff like that's like, I mean,
There's,
here's
like,
the thing: is
family
like
planning. I think that was another
if
one.
kids care about the topic, like I remember I was watching this video and they were like laughing about how like they had this drug dealer come on and he was supposed to be doing like a whole like scared straight thing, but then like the kids were like, well, how'd you get into drug dealing? He's like, good question. I started off by like selling people like pills and everything. That's usually how you get into it and how you start. And then they're like, oh, well, like, what type of pills do you use? He's like, Adderall. Adderall's like, you can always find somebody to sell. And then, like, the kids were like, oh, yeah. And it was, like, a very, like, what's the word? Like, respectful back and forth from the kids. And they were, like, really, like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes
We'll
sense.
do that.
Yeah, and it's just like, so, like, when you start getting a connection up, how do you start moving into the hard drive? Like, I guess, like, the like, principal. I don't know if he did interject, but it was just like, all right, enough questions for tonight. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, I don't know if he did do that, but it like didn't go the way he
So
wanted it to.
what kind of people were you selling to?
Yeah. That
What-
was one of the questions.
what time of day
He's
do
like
you usually do
kids.
that?
Kids are like the
Like you
biggest thing.
guys.
They're always gonna
Like, find me after this class.
yeah. But it was really funny, and it's just like, yeah, that's how it's gonna be if like kids are actually like can apply it to their day-to-day lives or know that it's going to be useful, then they really enjoy it.
Yeah, it was like a family.
What a
think it was-
concept. I mean, yeah.
Learn something about you're interested in. Well, yeah, what a concept.
Well, I mean, that's, yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, school
I mean,
is...
history is important. I think.
History, well, I mean, yes. I didn't mean, like, I meant, like, yes, absolutely, but the issue is we get, like, propaganda. Just,
It
like,
depends on where, yeah, because, like, where we live, Oklahoma, like,
I'm sure it's a joke
you were actually required by law to take a semester of Oklahoma history, right?
And do they talk about the 1920s Black Man Massacre?
You talking
In
about the Tulsa
Tulsa?
race riots?
Yeah.
So
Do
teach
they
you
teach
about
that?
The Trail of
Okay, good.
Tears, like literally from its founding, like all the terrible shit. Like you learn about the terrible shit.
Good. Okay.
Which is cool. It's interesting.
Yeah. Well, it's just like that's the thing. That's what I'm talking about. Because it's like I really didn't know any of that stuff. I was told about the civil rights movement, but what I was told about it was just like very propagated. It was just like it
Well, yeah,
was
'cause
like
there is,
they were very quiet and they were protesters and they just did boycotts.
Well, no,
And
like
that's how they got changed. And it's just like
I remember I watched a video about it was the when slavery actually ended, right? And the guy that does the videos, he was a history teacher or like a
you're talking about knowing better.
knowing better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just talking about him, he's like, this is what I this
Yeah.
is what I taught,
You
not
when he
knowing.
was talking about it, it was
So
just
stuff like that,
Yeah,
like-
that was like a 1-for-1 of like how I remembered being taught too.
Exactly, yeah.
And that was like the big thing is just like we never talked about how the civil rights movement was talked about on like the news and stuff of just like I mean it's very much like it's just like they were villainized. Like
Yeah.
they were like, oh, these people, they're like causing riots, all this other and stuff. You know, we never talk about how he was assassinated.
What, MLK?
Yeah,
I
he
remember we
just died.
talked
I was
about it.
told he just died.
Really? No, we were taught he was assassinated.
Did we ever go into like who assassinated him? 'Cause
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it was like the CIA, but like I don't know what the
no
official stance was.
See, this. I mean, I'm fucked because I don't remember. But
It was just some crazy guy.
well, I'm trying to remember. Did he even get caught? I think he did.
I guess he got away. And
All
we don't
right.
really know much about him or why he did it, but
Well,
or
going
how he
back-
had all the resources to do it.
Right. Well, this assassinating somebody like. Okay. Well, actually, let me.
It's
stop
actually
talking
a
about-
lot harder than you think.
No, I think it's a lot easier than you would think.
It depends on who you're
Just
assassinating.
without getting murdered or killed yourself, I think it's actually a lot easier.
It's
than you
really
think.
hard to assassinate somebody if they're a high-profile individual.
Depends on how high. It depends on what kind of high profile.
Yeah.
Like like a billionaire or something.
Yeah.
Then maybe, yeah.
Not maybe. I think a lot of
Then
people.
yes, but like
Here's the thing: a lot of people don't understand like
But, like-
how much of a police state we're in, like how much stuff gets tracked. Like you think like AI is like crazy of how it can
but
like
also think
identify
about
apps.
how easy it is to find people where they are, and then you would just. I mean, again, I don't want to get into too much because it's just.
But
gonna make me
here's
sound like
the
a
thing:
crazy person.
the moment you start doing that,
yeah,
eyes are on
yes,
you.
to get convicted, but to actually pull it off, no. Like,
Usually they catch you before. There's a lot of innocent people that get murdered before they get to the point where they get to assassinate somebody.
Well, anyways,
Yeah.
we're getting off tangent.
Yeah, we're getting, and we don't want to get in politics either
We
because
don't
like
want to
we
get
go too
tagged
much.
anyways.
It gets into. I wouldn't say. I don't know. I don't know if like conspiratorial because it's technically we don't have official. Isn't that funny? It's like never mind. But yeah.
So let me quickly share a story. We're rewinding to recess time. Here's a little story I had from recess. I had a nasty little habit when I was in like 5th grade. I would just spit. I'd spit everywhere, right?
Really?
Like as long as it was like on concrete or in the grass or something, I wouldn't spit on the floor of like in the classroom or whatever.
I don't know. Where's this going?
But I remember we were playing tag, and there was one time, and like it's like Brooker, whatever. And as I was spitting, I'm like, and then I looked over because they called my name, and I just spit directly in this girl's face.
No.
And of course, it seems intentional. I mean, what?
Yeah.
Whatever. So she told the teacher or whatever, and
They spanked you.
I swear it was on accident. It's like she forgave me or whatever. But I just remember that, and I wanted to share that about spitting in people's faces. You can do it.
I was listening to somebody talking about the what do you call it, concussion factory that is football.
Oh yeah. A lot of brain injuries.
Yeah, a lot of brain injuries, and then just thinking about like the amount of times that I got hit in the head as a kid. I was just like, I wonder if a lot of people have like brain damage. I mean, because like football is also like you got to do football like every recess.
Flag football was awesome. I love doing flag football.
Yeah.
You do the jukes.
Yeah. So there's a bunch of like football related stuff as early as elementary all the way up into high school.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder like how many youth get affected by like concussions, and I'm wondering what the like concussions have been shown that they're not good for your brain. So it makes me wonder. I'm like, I wonder if like a big reason we have a lot of issues is because like a lot of people have like concussion damage.
Well, because apparently it makes you like an angrier person. Like the more brain damage you have, the more angry you get, I guess.
Yeah, I know that's the case with like lead poisoning and stuff.
But I think that just goes to show there's so much information. Isn't that crazy? Like there's still so much we don't know about how the brain works. Like we still don't even know how dreams happen. Like how they work, how they operate, or how they like generate in the brain.
Yeah, I think a really good thing that really helped me out was to see the world in the same way that you see the 1800s, where they were like, I guess it would be 1600s. No, like think of like the 1600s and how they would investigate alchemy and magic, and it's just like you'll do this magic stuff. You're not gonna understand. Like they didn't understand. Like when it's just like, oh, I'm making a potion, Toad's Eye, Eye of Newt, or whatever. All this stuff.
And now that's our current medicine.
Yeah, but you can find out. It's like, well, why does the Eye of Newt work? But there's sometimes where it's like, I don't know. I don't know why it works. It just does. And like electricity, for example, it's
that's just magic.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like
fucking magnets. How do they work?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, oh well, it's just a thing that exists in the universe, and it's just like you do have to just accept like you can figure out how like certain stuff how it works and stuff, but you do have to recognize like there's going to be so much stuff of this existence that we have that just there's magical elements of this universe.
So I get what you're saying.
Where we can't wrap our mind around of it,
but
like time
to me,
slowing down during heavy gravity, like that doesn't make any sense to me.
Right, but like to me, so for something like that, like that's difficult to research about like how that happens because of where it's happening.
Yeah.
I'm talking about it's interesting because there's still a lot we don't know about our brains, even though we've had so much time, there's been so much available research to be able to do it, right? People die all the time. You can check their brains, do brain research when they're alive or whatever.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. It's just like the Eye of the Newt and all that stuff. That was recipes handed down, you know.
Right. I'm just saying it's just interesting because it's like it's our bodies and we have. I mean, I have access to my body whenever I want, right?
Yeah. It's a very frustrating.
But like the ocean, right? We still don't know a lot about the ocean, but that makes sense because like we know about like pressure and like we just can't survive down like in the deepest depths yet.
There
like,
is there's also like weird stuff that like certain traits get passed down to like certain birds just learn how to like fly, you know?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's just like they get pushed off the nest and then they just suddenly know, oh, like I mean, I guess if they don't fly, they'll die. And but it's just like there's like certain traits where it's just like they like certain animals just inherently know certain,
What?
and it's just like so there's like a theory that like certain memories or knowledges get passed down, or is it just like like
Well, you know,
certain attentiveness to certain things are passed down.
that's
I
the
don't
plot
know,
of
but
Assassin's Creed, if you think about it.
yeah, but that's the thing is just like right now, or at least I don't know, and apparently a lot of researchers are trying to debate about it or figure it out and are experimenting. I don't know, but yeah, it's weird that it's just like even the creatures on this planet, including ourselves,
Yeah, we don't know.
you know, we just don't know.
I've been watching a lot of Venus flytrap videos, like
What does that even entail?
carnivorous plants. There's like 5 or 6 main ones, and it's crazy. It's just crazy seeing them work. Like, I guess the Venus flytraps, right? They stay open, and then they have these little like hairs,
Yeah,
right? And then the fly touches one, nothing happens, but a timer starts in the fly or in the plant's little membrane or whatever. And then if it hits it again within a certain threshold, like a 10-second timer that it's doing itself, then it'll shut. And then there's other ones that it's like they branch out and they have like a bunch of sticky stuff, and then the fly gets stuck and then it curls up like that to kill it. Like it doesn't snap.
yeah.
Just
Like slowly,
yeah, just like curls up.
You want to hear like a funny thing? Like this is like the other crazy stuff that's like around this world, like diseases for trees. It's just like it's so crazy to
Well,
me.
there's like mad cow disease, you know.
Well, I think well yeah for animals I know there's diseases, but it's like crazy to me that there's like, and I know it's just like well duh we've known that forever, but it's just like it's still something kind of interesting to me that it's just like still wrapping my mind around, like diseases to plants because like I growing up I always had like a different idea of plants than I
Yeah.
do now as an adult.
Right, that they're like just inanimate or whatever.
Well, apparently like you could from my understanding like
You could have sex with a plant.
trees and humans have the same ancestor.
I don't know. Maybe DNA. I don't know.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's just like but like I mean you'd have to go
So you
billions
can
of
fuck a
years
tree.
go up.
You could fuck a tree.
No, because I think once the lines split too much, you stop being able to.
Only some of them have a hole, and the other ones.
No. I mean, like you. I mean, they do like reproduce. Like I mean, that's like the thing is like.
Well, they reproduce. The
But
same
they also
way as
have
us,
DNA.
right? Water and.
They have DNA, which is like. I didn't know that. You know, it's just like. Anyways, I was also learning about. Do you know like chestnuts?
What about 'em?
Like, do you know what they are?
Aren't they just like acorns? They're like tree seeds.
Yeah, but they're like apparently like really fucking good. And it's just like, and the reason we heard so many songs about it is because they used to be fucking
What
everywhere.
do you mean songs? What songs are you?
Chestnuts roasting at the
On an open.
on an open flame. Yeah, the reason that was in the song is because like everybody, like they were
Hazelnut's
in
the
the
new
United States fucking staple, and apparently during like the 1900s or late 1800s, people were getting like so into botany, and apparently like this one guy was just like he's like I think I found a new way to get chestnuts out for like everybody where they can grow faster because like that was the thing is like everybody like could go and find them but like they took forever to grow but they would get huge. And this one guy he's like I found out about the Japanese chestnut tree, and so he took the Japanese chestnut tree and then took it over to the America. Here's the thing, it had a virus on it that it was immune to. It like had like a means of like protecting against the virus. The American chestnut, kind of like the bubonic plague, didn't have an immunity to it. So it wiped out like 4 billion chestnut trees. Like it almost took like the American chestnut went from like you would find it everywhere in the United States.
Is it like a peanut where you just eat it? Like
yeah, it was like this thing, and you could break it open, and it was like super sweet. Unlike like whereas like acorns and like all those other nuts, and walnuts and stuff or whatever, you have to like boil to get the bitterness out. Like chestnuts were like sweet. People would like candy them, and they would be fucking everywhere, and they would just fall from the trees, and like it was like
So
some
are you saying one guy fucked the whole chestnut?
kind
population?
of. I don't know if it was one guy.
Where did you find out about this? It's kinda
I've been
interesting.
recently listening to this guy who just talks about like fringe topics. Like he talks about the American chestnut tree, and then last week he was talking about how these 4 kids were kidnapped and like what yeah.
That actually brings up a topic I wanted to talk about in a roundabout way. It's this channel. It's not even that big. It's like 50,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
He does the same thing. He talks about just random bullshit, right?
Yeah. Just interesting.
Just
random
interesting
bullshit.
random bullshit.
Yeah.
There's one like some topics was like the new Jeopardy host, right? If you remember Alex Trebek,
Okay.
he died, and he talks about how the executive producer.
I think I heard something about this. Wasn't there like a huge
So
like?
they did like a contest.
Yeah, and they had like a bunch of different ones
that
over
would
like a
host.
period of time,
Yeah,
right?
and it was
And
all
it didn't work.
Well, no, it was all just for show. Like the executive producer, he hosted like the show himself because he wanted to be the new host, and so he was in charge of sending the demo reels for each person to the focus groups to see like who got the best. So he would just pick the shittiest ones and then the best one for him. And there was like a bunch of good candidates or whatever, and then they ended up like compromising where it's like, oh, you'll host for prime time, and then this other lady will host for like just the average episodes or whatever. And so it ended up like she went on strike because the Writers Guild strike.
Yeah, but wasn't he like a really shitty host too?
No, he's actually pretty good apparently.
Oh, was he?
I don't watch
Okay.
Jeopardy, but like
Okay.
he's like
He was popular.
Yeah, he was like he was pretty decent, but there was a
Okay.
better candidate because he was like kind of the one. Alex Trebek is like you should be my successor. Like gave him like tips, gave him hand me downs for the show or whatever, and eventually he became the host anyways.
Yeah.
Like everyone agrees he probably should have been.
Yeah.
And this is me going on a tangent because the point I want to talk about was he talks about that. There's another one. It's like ironic last words where people are like talking shit and then they die that way or something like that. It was like
Kind of like the Herman Cain Awards.
something like that.
Not to be political.
Where he was like, it was in the 1800s, like during a war or something. They're shooting. He's like, "What are you guys, a bunch of pussies? Like, you think they couldn't hit a fucking elephant?"
And then he gets like
and then he gets shot in the head or whatever.
I think I've heard about that. Yeah.
So that's like another video. But the one I wanted to talk about was there was a politician in Europe or Britain that he faked his own death. Right.
I hear it was pretty easy to do back then.
Well, yeah. So what he would do was he would.
It's pretty easy to do up until like the 80s. I think
he'd look for dead husbands, right? And then he would go or he'd like look in the obituaries, and then he would go talk to the wives and act like he was like a surveyor, like, oh, there's a new award being granted to single mothers or something like that. He's like, so I just need just a couple information or whatever. So he'd ask like, oh, does he ever travel out of country or whatever? So they say, oh no, okay, great. He doesn't have a passport, so they'd apply for a passport, whatever. He faked his own death. Apparently, he was a spy for Czechoslovakia.
there's a lot of spies in history I've recently found.
But so he was that, and then he ended up like getting caught or whatever, and then he wanted more money, so he made a bunch of businesses. He went bankrupt, but he didn't file, so he's like, I'll just fake my death, whatever. Anyways, he does all this, and then he gets caught, and then he gets arrested because they were looking for somebody else. But then he gets extradited back. He's in prison for like 5 years for like all the fraud that he did.
Mm.
And the point I'm trying to make is that his daughter, who, mind you, this guy, he had an affair with his secretary, and then they had a kid together. But the daughter's like, she has her own website, right? And the entire website, she's written books. It's all
this was
dedicated.
recently?
I mean,
I thought you said the 1800s.
No, that was for the 1800s. Was the guy that got shot in the head.
Oh, okay.
This happened in the 80s.
Oh,
like the
okay.
70s
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Anyways,
that's funny.
she's got a website and like a book, and like the website's like really detailed. There's like a bunch of articles, and it's all only solely dedicated about how he wasn't a spy for Czechoslovakia. Like, nothing else. Like it's like he might be a piece of shit philanderer, whatever. It's like, but he wasn't a damn spy. There's so much evidence out there that he's not.
Why even care?
I don't know. I'm just like. And that's what I see. I feel like you see that a lot, where it's like this piece of shit dad. Like he abandoned his family. Like he had 3 kids when he faked his own death, and then he tried to leave.
Well, why can't he be both? Yeah.
But she still sticks to this fucking day, like sticks up for him, like, and he's been dead for like 2 decades or whatever. And like the very first thing says like, well, you can't sue anybody for libel or slander because he's dead, so you can't slander someone's identity if they're dead because they don't gain any financial.
Yeah.
No, that is how it works. That's how it works because like you're not legally liable. Like if I slandered you, right?
I would be able to show like
you'd be able to
financial repercussions to what you said.
Exactly,
I
right.
see.
But if you're dead, it's like you don't have any financial repercussions because you're fucking dead. So
I guess it's just
What do you disagree? Do you think she should be able to sue anyone that says that he was a spy for libel or slander?
If it affects her financial income, maybe, yeah.
But she's not her dad though.
Does she have like some like fund or like runs a program?
I don't know. But I
don't
think...
know. But I'll say this: the chestnut thing. The reason that they were able to acquire the Japanese chestnut was because like there was like a spy over there. Like an American spy was like pretend. Well, it was just like because like you couldn't do that. You couldn't just take roots because that could fuck up like the actual economy of just like apparently that's like what one of the like somebody did. They like took something and then transplanted it into like India or something so that country wouldn't have the monopoly over that resource anymore. Well, and it like stumbled their economy.
Well, it's like that with animals. Like if you're introducing a new animal where it doesn't belong, like that could fuck up the ecosystem. I get what you're saying.
It could fuck up the ecosystem, but it could also make it where it's just like, well, now we don't need your milk. We can produce our own kind of thing.
Well, yeah, but I mean, that's just how. That's basically just capitalism.
Yes, but my point was like, I don't think Japan was allowing people to take the chestnuts.
Okay, so it happened.
But they had a spy. Yeah, there was like some like spy related shit is what I was trying to mention. It's like a really weird story, but yeah, you should look up the American chestnut thing. It's like crazy to think about. Like
that actually does sound interesting.
I mean, imagine
is it like a YouTube video?
Yeah, and like imagine like the mall thing. It's just like imagine describing to the next gen that we're having that's growing up right now what a mall was and how much people spent time and.
I mean, malls still exist.
They still exist, but imagine in like 100 more years, because like chestnuts they were dying off, but they're still remnants of it in the 20s.
I think malls are going to be around for a little bit longer, though.
Okay, but like
I get what you're saying.
You get what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it's just like in the 1920s, they're just like, there's not a whole lot of like American chestnuts anymore. And then 100 years has passed, and it's just like, Brooker, did you know how much of an influence American chestnuts were? And it's just like,
no, I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
I mean,
like you could walk outside, and you could pick up candy basically for a rainy day for yourself. Like if you were like, oh, like I want something from the fridge or something. And I got a bunch of chestnuts the other day.
I guess I might have to try one. We'll see.
I was thinking about getting some because they still exist. They're not completely extinct, and there's preservation stuff to bring them back. But I bet they're really expensive, rather than dirt cheap when you could literally pick them up off the dirt. But I kind of want to try them. They sound like a delicacy now.
Last thing was, I guess there's no actual like concrete. It's just like two spies that defected from Czechoslovakia.
Yeah.
Were like, yeah, this guy's a spy, and like two different people said that, like to get like favor, like when you defect, it's like, oh, here's state secrets.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, this guy's a spy or whatever.
What's the big deal if he's a spy? She probably might be executed if it comes out that he's a spy and she's really scared. That's what that rings to me. It's like why would you care what other people think unless your life is on the line?
Well, I mean, I don't know.
There's a lot of weird shit.
Know.
Yeah, there's a lot of shadow stuff going around.
Let me see here.
You checking the time?
Yeah, we're like right at an hour, 58 minutes.
Did you have anything else you wanted to talk
about? I
had
2 more topics.
Okay, because I had...
Actually, I had 3 more topics.
Go ahead. I had one other topic.
Do you want to do 2 episodes today? Or do you want to do, like, so we can end it here and then we can do another one?
No, because that'll be like 2 weeks before we talk, and there might be stuff.
Oh, that's right. There might be. Okay, so we'll just make it a little bit longer episode, since we'll have that stuff.
Yeah, why not? I mean, that's the thing. you know.
Okay, so this one you probably won't get a whole lot out of. I can already see your reaction in real
I
time.
mean, we can make a part 1 and part 2. I wonder if that makes it more digestible for people.
I think people like the long form.
Okay, all right, yeah. If we get comments or something saying they'd prefer it broken up, and let us know.
Here's the thing.
people.
I feel like if you make it past the first like 10 minutes, you're gonna watch the whole.
You
whole
say
thing.
that, but like, there's certain times where it's just like I need a checkpoint before I pick it up. Like sometimes it's just like.
All right. Well, here's your checkpoint. Okay, we're gonna talk about like 3 or 4.
Yeah, let
more
us know if you want
topics.
us to break them up or whatever.
Yeah,
if you care. If you don't care, we'll just do whatever.
Yeah.
right.
Okay. Here we go. So I already know you don't know who this is, but I'm gonna ask you the question. For
I don't know proper nouns.
Do you know? We're not even getting into that.
That was so funny.
Do you know who Jinxie is?
Yeah, the ice psychic Pokemon.
Oh, I was like, no, it's spelled.
That's Jinx.
That's Jinx. This guy's a Twitch streamer.
Oh, it's
I
a
guess.
guy.
Yeah, he's a Twitch streamer.
And he's Jinxie.
He's like the 7th most popular or something.
I
never
haven't
heard of him
him
until today, until like yesterday.
Okay.
He
came out as.
Yeah. No. Okay. So long story short, he's like a rainbow. He's just a gamer streamer, or whatever. But he's been venturing into other categories, right? So
Okay. What games does he play?
So he was playing Rainbow Six Siege, and then I
Okay.
think he played like Arc Raiders or some shit.
Okay, this is just the popular game.
It's just popular games, whatever. So he's like, oh, I'm gonna do this big thing where he's like, I'm gonna learn all these new games, right? And I'm gonna be coached by like the top people in the category, right?
Okay.
So like, okay, it's not in here, but there's like a book that this guy wrote for chess strategy.
Okay, so he's
the Rosman.
How to Win at Chess.
Yeah, so this book right here. So the guy that wrote it, he's really good at chess, whatever.
Okay.
So he coached Jinxie.
Rosman?
Yes.
Coached him?
Yes. And they're like, oh, and this guy's really annoying Jinxie. He's like, oh, don't do it, like that.
The performative entertainer.
Yeah, just where it's like, yeah, you're not really like this, but,
yeah,
but I get why you do it.
Performator, yeah, I get it. Yeah, it's really good for kids, stimulation.
Exactly, yes. So,
which is
anyways, fine. So he's doing that, whatever, and the controversy stems where League is one of the games that he wants to do, right? So he's getting
League of Legends?
League of Legends, yes, excuse me.
Uh-oh.
So he basically in League of Legends you have to
LOL as the kids call
LOL as the kids call it. You have to play a certain amount of casual games with like bots before you're allowed to play in the competitive ranked version, right?
Is that the same thing for casual too, or can you just pick up casual whenever? You have to play bot games?
Well, it's like casual, or like you have to play a certain amount of just like unranked matches before you can play ranked matches.
Okay,
like
and it's unranked, not bots. Because if it's bots, that's actually kind of interesting.
You can play. I don't remember if you have to do bots, but the point is he wanted to play League, and so he had somebody play all of the bot matches.
No, the
just so
he could get into competitive.
He can get into competitive and then play ranked.
And I guess kind of shitty to do because it's just
so that's what I was going to ask you was because let me finish it and then I want to get your feedback. So he did that and then it got shared and then Riot, which are the developers of League of Legends, they found out about it and then they banned him for it, right? Because like, oh, you're throwing games, it's like unfair. Like, there's a reason we have that. So then they gave him like an account where it's like at the very bottom rank. But he didn't have to do all the bot matches. So people blew up at the initial thing about him just basically buying an account. He bought an account that was pre-played.
Yeah.
So what do you think, basically? Sounds like you don't like
a game like League of Legends, if it was probably any other game, I wouldn't really have anything to say. But this is League of Legends. It has like a huge reputation in many different ways, and one of them for the people who play the game. Like, I don't even play the game. I don't even interact with the community, but I can tell you, like, people get really freaking frustrated when you do stuff to fucking ruin their game. For a lot of people, them playing League of Legends is their reprieve. So if you're going in there and you're
just doing like a no damage. Like
well, I mean, if you're
build.
skipping the stuff that is in place in the game to make sure you don't ruin other people's experience, which again, like, and I don't think this is a healthy coping mechanic, but like a lot of people use League of Legends for their like coping for their day-to-day stuff, and they put a lot of like stock into things not being as stressful as they can be in league.
No,
To just say fuck them and like just go in there and just like, well, I'm just gonna skip that. And it's like, no, those are thresholds in place for a reason. Either like get coached. I also don't see why you even have to do competitive. Why can't you just see if this training thing works on casual? Like, because it's like you like there's a reason there's two separate fucking modes, and it's because when you're playing like competitive, people want to fucking know where you're at, and they don't want to be jerked around, because if you're shooting like if you're fucking over people, it's ruining their experience. So it's like either
Yeah,
do
that's
your
fair.
best. I mean, it's like it is the same as just like, did you do your best? It's like, no, I'm just gonna skip that, and I'm just gonna have somebody else do it for me, so that, and it's just like, well, then that you're gonna get matched with that guy's skill, and that's not you. That's cheating. That's like you're getting into a skill group.
So in general, you'd say you don't agree with like buying accounts.
Not, I mean, I could maybe have a debate with any other game other than League.
So
League is so
okay,
fucking
let me
huge
ask
that
you
people
this.
literally commit suicide by playing it. Like, I mean, it's just like,
So like with Overwatch, in order to play competitive, you have to do like 50 unranked matches. Let's say somebody bought an account where they've never played Overwatch before, they've maybe played other FPS games, and they put it
so if
into
it's
the highest
Overwatch
category.
instead of League,
Because
I
I've
think
had
the
people
point,
say like, man, I do this shit when I get off work to unwind. This is bullshit.
yeah, and it's just like you don't want to do it. Again, with League, it's just like you don't fuck around with League. Like, I know it's a video game, but it's
League that you don't have that you have
the
an issue
the,
with
the
it?
main reason I have this much feeling, like this much of an opinion on it, that I'm like convicted in, is because it's League. Yeah, because it's just like I don't touch League or anything, but I do know one thing. It's like people take that shit really fucking seriously in League. You don't go around fucking people up. That's like going over to like a soccer game at like the national sponsorship. It's like, hey everybody, this round, I know you paid tickets to be here and everything, but fuck you. We're gonna do like a Harlem Globetrotters game, and it's just like, no, people came here to see the fucking two teams play. You don't get to just jerk everybody around. When they come to this place, they are
I
expecting
get what
something.
you're saying, but I feel like it's a little different because
Again, like, I don't know how I feel when it comes to Overwatch. I do know how I feel when it comes to League, because it's just like I know the audience that League has.
all right.
Yeah, it's just like it's like people don't want to be jerked around. I mean, the fact that he got backlash, I don't think he would get backlash if it was like Overwatch or some other like competitive game. It's just like it's because it's League. It's just like, yeah, and you can see it from the backlash that he got. The fact that like, and Riot is held to that fucking standard
Well,
too.
no, it was the opposite. Was that because Riot posted it?
But they banned him, didn't they? Did they not?
Well, so I guess originally, from what Julie told me, is they posted a clip of him doing it, and then the community was like, "This is fucking bullshit," and then that's when Riot banned him.
Okay.
So I'm of
but
the
that's
opinion,
the thing. It's like Riot knows to bend the
so
knee to their
I'm
community.
of the opinion that it's like it's good that they do that, because if you allow it, it sets a dangerous saying, yeah, we're okay
It sets
with
a
you
dangerous
buying
precedent, and
accounts.
again, unlike, and this sounds crazy, but unlike something like Twitch, which in my head is lower than League. Like League is like,
Well, they're two different things. Twitch
yeah,
is
they
like a
are. I know they're two
platform,
different
and
things, but I'm saying it's like of communities you don't want to fuck with. Like you do not want to fuck with the community of League of Legends.
well, you can definitely fuck around with the community of Twitch because
Yeah, you can fuck around with the community.
He
Yeah,
doesn't give a fuck.
yeah. I mean, it's like literally. Yeah.
It's like
Did
if
you
you're
see
a
that?
hot girl,
Did you see that hot girl and on Twitch, and she had some guy in like a.
yes, it's gross.
One of the comments was like, they're like, how could Twitch's CEO let this happen? And it's like, who do you think's in the suit?
I saw that. Yeah.
I was just like, that was good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like that. Like Twitch's community, it's just like they're treated like trash. And
Well, because the CEO, who's Dan
Yeah.
Clan, like it's literally he plays favorites. Like, oh,
Yes,
if you're
yes,
big,
yes.
popular, and you're
yeah,
especially
and
if
which
you're
I
a woman,
get to
he
a
doesn't give
degree,
fuck.
but it's just like, but that's the thing is like, I think the community in Twitch is probably a lot smaller, because you have to keep in mind League is not just in the United States, it's world freaking wide, and in other countries they take it even fucking more seriously. It's just like it is something. League is something I don't think you should really fuck around with. it's something that people will murder you over. Like, I'm not even joking.
No, it's happened.
Yeah, it's happened quite a few times. It's just like, you have to fucking respect that community because it's like these people put everything into
I
it,
get what you're
and you
saying.
don't want to fuck around with that.
So tangential to games,
I don't know how I feel about if the guy did it to Overwatch. I don't know.
All right, well, we're
I mean, if you want to spend time talking about it, but it doesn't sound like
nah,
you
it's not
know.
that big a deal.
That's
really...
my whole stance on that. It's just like, he's a fucking asshole for even, he should know better.
Well, for the clicks.
For the clicks. I'll fuck over somebody's night and their entire life.
Entire life. Dude. What the fuck are you talking about? It's one match.
People will throw their lives away if you fuck up one of their matches. If you escalate them enough.
League players have the lowest mental of any
That's what I'm getting at. Like, they will fucking lose it.
No, I'm saying they're just like, God, whatever, go next. Some of them, yes, are
yes.
Insane,
some of them will fucking
but a lot
swat
of them,
you.
Like, yes, I know, but like the vast majority, especially at the rank he was playing, which was like pretty low, like you lose one fight and there's all right, just go next. Yeah. So like they don't give a fuck. They're just they're
that's good. I mean, next. Yeah, it's good, but it's just like I don't know. It's still fucking shitty.
We gotta move on.
Anyways, that's what I feel. He's a shitty person.
That's all I wanted.
All right. Next.
Okay, so do you see PlayStation? This is still on video games, and then I have something else.
Okay.
PlayStation, from now on, you have to check in every 30 days per game, I think, to renew your digital license on the game.
There's digital license. They went through with that?
I guess so.
I thought it was just Nintendo that had the digital license thing.
Well, no, you're thinking of the the game swap or whatever, where like basically if I wanted to send, I could send you a virtual game card because you're in my Nintendo family, right? And then you could play it, but then it would check to see like, okay, I have to connect to the internet to show that I'm not trying to play the game again.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, no, the game's still with you, so you're checking with the internet however long.
Okay, yeah.
Which I feel is different than, no, if I paid for a game and I have a PlayStation, I paid for it, the digital version, I have to check in and then...
How much research did you do on this?
Well, I
got some questions.
I saw a news article. I didn't really do much. I saw a news article, and Julie sent me a picture as well, and I was like, oh, okay, I saw that.
This sounds like it might be clickbait.
Maybe it is. We can move on.
Well, here's what I'll say.
We're fucked.
Well, no, I mean, PlayStation's fucked. Like, it's just like, if you're that desperate,
put up with it.
The fans will, I think, they're losing a lot of fans. I mean, a lot of people aren't even getting into consoles anymore.
Yeah,
like
well,
it's on its. It's on its.
You say that, but Xbox is apparently renewing in their
Xbox is embracing PC and making it a good grade.
No, they're reeling it back to
what?
Like console exclusives. Like they're gonna.
Yeah, but didn't they like make it where if like you own games on Xbox, you can play them on PC?
They did, but I don't know if they've reeled that back, but they're reeling back like. Because it used to be like dual launch, right? Where like they make a game for Xbox, it launches PC the same day, right? They're reeling it back where it's like, no, console exclusives that are only on Xbox, at least in a timed exclusive window.
Xbox, I would have to do investigative. They've also lowered their prices for Game Passes.
Well, that's after they increased it, right? So they're fucking reeling. It doesn't seem like they know exactly what the hell they want to do.
Interesting, yeah.
But
I wouldn't be surprised if a common thing that happens is
PlayStation's doing the same thing, where they're not porting their games over to PC anymore, which they had done.
Had they?
Yeah,
or were like publishers?
No,
you're talking about like the exclusives.
The exclusives, okay. Yeah, the exclusives that were only on PlayStation, they moved them over to PC, and now they're not doing that.
This is what this seems like. They did something. It was super successful. They got the money for it. They think that success is going to keep riding.
So what, you think?
So they pulled back, and then it's just like.
You think it's going to happen again? We're like, oh fuck, we didn't.
I just know, like, when stuff looks like it's a sinking ship, a lot of times like competent people will leave the ship. And then you're left with like absolutely incompetent people.
Could be.
And I don't know if that's what's happening right now, but like to just do something that seems well received and then just go back on it.
But that's the thing is like within our bubble, like because I see the
it's
PC
within our
community,
bubble.
I don't know what the sales look like. I don't know if it's worth, because you have to remember they it's not just like they just poured it over.
I mean,
like,
they
have to hire development.
There's so much stuff that could
be
going on with like insider trading with our economy right now. I really don't know what's going on, and so it's just like because
So
what
do you
it's
think?
looking like.
That's the point. What do you think about the PlayStation doing that? If that's true.
If what you're saying is true, it just seems like the actual leadership is left, and now it's run by incompetent people who are just trying to make a quick buck, thinking this will work or this will work.
Yeah.
And like it's just like, yeah, you're accelerating the downfall of your company. That's what it feels like from a clickbait article. If I were to make an opinion, I'd have to look into what's actually
I
going
should have done
on.
more research before.
No,
we
you're
talked
fine.
about
Yeah, it's just I really do feel like it, and Steam, I think they're making sure that when they launch it, it's launching it good. I think they're trying to figure out more of like with the whole RAM shortage and everything, like where to kind of go with a lot of stuff. But I really think there's going to be a big shakeup once the Steam box comes out. And I thought Xbox was kind of seeing that and trying to get ahead of it to stay in the race.
Well, they're in the same boat. I mean, you see PlayStation prices went up too. The PlayStation 5.
I really don't know how PlayStation, because I mean, again, like I don't know. I don't know where people are financially. I can tell you how people are doing financially in my state, or at least around the state, which is not really good, and a lot of people are having trouble finding jobs, and a lot of people aren't getting paid very well,
Yeah.
and a lot of people are losing jobs. It's like I'm seeing that, but that's just in Oklahoma, so I don't know. Maybe it's better other places, but it's just like you take that on top of the prices increasing. I just see like people who think they can't fail. Like, I mean, PlayStation isn't going to go away for at least another 20 years.
Maybe.
I mean, yeah.
Well, I think it's bullshit, but I think it'll come to bite them in the ass.
I mean, that's the thing. That it's such an incompetent. Like, it's just like there's no fucking way.
People will put up with it for now, but if they try to launch next generation anytime soon, because mind you, the PS5, which is the current one, came out like 5 or 6 years ago. If you go off the normal scale of time with how, like it's time for a new console, but I don't think people are willing to put up with it in a big way.
Yeah, no, I think so. What was that big thing? Oh, Discord. Yeah, Discord was doing that stupid.
They are doing it.
They'll probably try and do it again. They said they were going to pause on it.
They did?
Yeah. On the age verification forced thing. They said they're going to pause on it. It'll come back. It's not done.
They'll just fucking put it under the rug.
Maybe. Well, I mean, show a picture of your face, they're like, that can't be under the rug. Maybe they'll just, well, you approved secretly in our terms and service of your camera, so we just use that to verify. Fuck you. Maybe that happens. I don't know. I'm not saying that's the community winning. I'm just saying that like,
no, I get what you're saying.
They're doing a tactical retreat, but they're not done.
Right.
So I don't know. Maybe PlayStation will see that. That's such a bogus make-believe thing. Like I cannot believe like either somebody's so fucking stupid they would think that would work, or that's so fucking stupid and it's not the actual situation and somebody did a clickbait article.
Could be.
So it sounds clickbait.
I'll look into it. We can talk about it off there.
Yeah, look it up. Nobody else watching this video, look it up because that's just what they want if that is the case.
So, have you seen these Scientology speedruns?
Yeah, those are really funny. Did you see like somebody mapped out based off of the speedrun footage? They like have made a floor plan.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, there's like a floor plan made of it based off of like all the rooms that have been entered during the speedruns.
So I seen one because they're doing that, and then I seen like a follow up where they took off the door handles. They didn't lock the door. They took off the door handles.
Well, I saw one where they locked the doors, and they just found that like if you shake them hard enough, they could rip them open. So that's probably why they took off the door handles.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is just,
Well, and I keep seeing this.
Giving them a challenge. Do you remember the Shia LaBeouf?
Oh, the flag thing?
Yeah, he will not divide us or something.
Yeah, and he was like, people tried to locate him.
Yeah, you give people a challenge. People who like need something to challenge themselves will start like getting in, like
really in.
Yeah, you're testing the mettle of man for certain people who have nothing to test their mettle on.
I seen two things on like the comments where it's like people are just gonna get creative. Like they'll start getting like plungers and then like start like pulling it and shit. But the other sentiment is like, oh, they can't physically lock the doors or something
Why?
because
Because then it's not like a church or
because
something.
then it's not a church that's open to the public or whatever. But I'm like, because then they would lose their tax exemption or something. But I'm like, I
There's
don't.
no
I'm
way.
like,
That's
I don't.
funny
That
though.
doesn't seem right because I'm like, when our church, right, when we were growing up, like those buildings were locked. Like
But not always.
they were only unlocked when people were like when there was service going on.
You know,
but-
maybe that's when the speed runs are taking place. But that's the thing is just like, yeah, I don't know. I would look into that. Maybe they're just misunderstanding like a law.
But I'm like, maybe it's like if there's like a service going on, like then the door has to be open or something.
or it has to be unlocked for a certain duration amount of time, and if you don't do that, then
But it was also like, yeah, would you think that fucking matters? Because it's like the Scientology literally like they like fought the IRS and started like harassing the people.
yeah,
that
that's
work
true
there.
too. Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like they literally can do whatever they want. Like
yeah,
they're
pretty
a
much.
co-
At the
a
end of the
fucking
day,
cabal.
yeah, yeah,
They can do whatever they want. They infiltrated the U.S. government, like
yeah,
all that stuff.
yeah.
But it is funny. I'm like, some of these kids will probably disappear. Like,
Yeah, I guess that's the sad part.
I'm like, I would not doubt that like there are going to be repercussions to these kids because they're posting them. Like some of them don't even wear masks.
Yeah, you have to remember it's like the Scientologies. This is all fun and games and everything, but like the
it's they kill
Scientologies,
people.
like you
they,
say something bad about them on the internet, they'll gang stalk you.
they'll stalk you. They're like have made people go crazy. Like because they'll fuck with you too. Like they won't even like they'll like make your life miserable without you knowing why it's miserable. Like it's like shit you'd think of in like a kid's cartoon where it's like, oh yeah, they're fucking with them. Anyways, was there something last topic? Because that was all mine.
I really am looking more into Fear and Hunger. Have you heard of that game?
Oh no, I thought you were talking about just the two adjectives.
No. There's like a very interesting game called Fear and Hunger.
What's it about?
It's about you get 4 different characters and it's like an RPG. Each character is like a different class and you have to play them very different than the other ones. But also each character has their own story. So
is it like single player?
Mm-hmm. And so like you pick this character, it might be really hard because they're just focused on like combat and they're trying to accomplish X. And X takes you down like harder paths or something, I guess, maybe.
Okay.
It's really interesting. It has like a lot of weird themes and lore and like all sorts of stuff. Something I know you might watch is you should watch the Pyrocynical video. It's like a.
Yeah.
Are you not a fan of him anymore?
I don't mind him. It's just I can't watch these 4-hour videos.
I think this one's like 7 hours.
Because yeah, exactly. Because the other problem is he's literally like doing a long play of the game where he's
It's 8 hours.
Yeah, where he's like describing everything about the game. So it's like, oh well, if you watch this, no, I don't want to play the game then.
He doesn't even cover everything. That's the thing.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
But he covers it just enough where it's just like, I feel like I know too much about this game to want to play it.
Well, then and that's fine. It's like I don't
Then
plan on playing
maybe
this
I'll
game
watch the
because
video
it
or
does not
something.
sound like a fucking fun game to play. It sounds like a game where it punishes you for playing it.
Well, there's games like that.
Yeah, it's one of those. I'll just say that. It's just like there is a mechanic that is very present in the game where something fucking insane will happen. Like the monster is like, I'm gonna swing my right arm. And it's just like, oh, I didn't think to attack its right arm first. And it's like, I'm swinging my right arm. And then it just gives you a coin flip. Heads or tails. You pick. Oh, you picked wrong. All right, you lose. Game over. Start over again from the get-go. And it's just like,
It's terrible. I don't want to play that.
yeah, you don't want to fucking play it. So, like, I'm not going to play it. Which is why I would say, like, yeah, watch the video. Get everything you want out of it without having to play it. Because
Maybe
it
I'll
is
do that.
not fucking fun to play unless you really like hurting yourself.
8-hour video.
It's an 8.5 hour, and I'm not lying. It's like I was engaged the entire time, and I was not satiated either. I looked up another, like, I think there's 2 separate 2-hour long videos because I'm just like, it's just fucking great, dude. It takes a lot of inspiration, and I did want to kind of talk a little bit about inspiration and AI and stuff, but we'll put a pin in that. I mean, it's just like, I don't know, and there's like this whole lore of just like There's like Jesus Christ allegory character called Almer, and it's like he's like considered the new god, and like people kind of worship him and everything.
Okay.
And then there is like eventually later though, like these other four individuals became up, and they became like the new gods. And it's just like while you're playing, you can choose which one to worship of like the new gods. And like Almer is like he's stronger than all the original new gods, and like you kind of get into the lore of why and everything. But like the big thing is it's like you're doing it, and you like start to realize like
Is this a new game? How old is this?
I don't know. I need to look up the game. I always thought it was like an older game, but there is a second one, and people are saying there might be a third, and I mean, wasn't this game came out in like the uh, like early 2000 or something? 2018. Huh. So not even that long ago. I thought it was like 2006 or something. It's
Well-
got this really weird art style, which is again is like I know you wouldn't want to play it because the art style is like very how would I describe it? It's not approachable. It's not bad,
I'll look into it.
but you're doing that and you just find it, and it's like it what I like about it is just like the lore of you have the new gods, but also you can worship these two separate old gods. They're called the elder gods, and it's just like as you're going through the lore, you start realizing like the new gods are like nothing but like cheap imitations because of how powerful the elder gods are. And it's like
hold on, I kind of want to look it up, but let me save that for. It sounds interesting. I'll look into it.
my whole thing is like it has like some very interesting plot points, and there is a second one. And when I was listening to the second one, it takes place like 200 years after the first one, and it's just like very interesting to like be playing this game that takes place in like a Dungeons and Dragons themed time set. Medieval kind of, but like a bit more new age than medieval, but still kind of medieval. And it's just like interesting to see how the characters look back at like history, and like what's still present in their history relating to like what you experienced in the first game. And it's just like nobody really believes, and like nobody even knows really about the elder gods, and then just not a lot of people really believe in the new gods to begin with. And it's just like the new gods are fading out of like public perception and everything, let alone the old gods. And it's just crazy because it's just like anyways, there's like some interesting stuff of just like how you have these people orchestrating stuff in the background. And yeah, like this cabal of like Illuminati characters and stuff. And it's just interesting because it's just like you kind of know how they got there because of all the history that led up to that from the first game of just like, yeah, that would make sense that like those people would do X, Y, or Z off of that. And I guess it like takes a lot of inspiration from like JoJo. Like some of the characters look like a JoJo character almost, like artistically, like they're not dressed crazy, but I noticed that, and then they said JoJo, and I was like, yeah, it almost looks like they took the art style almost.
Pyro said that?
No, this other person.
Oh, okay.
I was just noticing it, and then they were talking about the cabal, and they're like this might sound familiar of like four people being like a cabal Illuminati or something that are doing this and this, and it's like that's because it's like it's a bit of a reference from Berserk, these characters from Berserk or whatever.
Well, I'm sure you could talk about it for a while, but I mean,
I was just going to talk about. I was kind of leading into. I guess like where do you go? Where's the line with like inspiration and plagiarism? I guess because it's just like you look at stuff.
Well, that's the entire topic of fair use.
Yeah.
Because getting that same thing of like inspiration and copyright, where like people literally take footage.
Have you seen Fist of the North Star?
No.
The main character Kenshiro. I was like looking this up like 2 weeks ago. Like Kenshiro came first. Jonathan Joestar is literally a 1-for-1, like wearing the same outfit, same hairstyle. Like
yeah,
but I wouldn't consider that like plagiarism,
sure
but like maybe I should.
I'm pretty sure Fist of the North Star is the one where it's like the Omiwai Shinderu.
Yeah, it is. But it's just like I don't know can you just have a one for one character? Like, can you just take? I mean, I guess you can because like isn't like 50 Shades of Grey just Twilight? It was
Well,
like a fan fiction
it
of
was a
Twilight, and she
fan
just changed the
fiction.
names.
Well, she did more than that, but
Yeah, she did more than that, but
she
like
added a bunch of sex.
yes, but like, can you just take somebody else's character and just like this is my character now?
So to answer your
And it's
question,
like, and is that wrong? I don't know if
so
it's
well, here's the
wrong.
thing: is to answer your question, because then you have fanfic and stuff. But the fact of the matter is, it really doesn't matter what the difference is unless it comes up into court, and then a judge or a jury make that decision.
So it's like I could make my own Spider-Man thing, and as long as like as long as like I lived in a world where I never had to like worry about court repercussions, is that
So
like an okay thing to do though?
well, okay. So you're getting into the question morality. There's so
Yeah,
many.
I'm
Okay, so
asking the
there's so many.
morality.
Okay, so a couple things. Like I remember when the Mario movie was coming out, there was like this pizza restaurant. It's like a local thing in like the northeastern part of America, and he would legit just rip off like it's just the Mario characters. Like it's supposed to be Mario characters. It's like the promotional art.
Kind of like the hideaway pizza thing.
Yeah, and it's just that. It's just the Mario characters in like, but they're kind of dressed like the mascot of the pizza restaurant, right?
Okay.
And then people are like, "How is this happening?" You know, whatever, whatever. It's just like because Nintendo doesn't know about it. It's like morally, that's for each and individual person to decide whether or not.
But what would you use to decide that?
A jury of your fucking peers, I guess. Like, because if they're getting sued in America, then,
No,
then
again,
12 people
again,
would
outside
decide.
of like the court thing, outside of the court
Okay,
thing,
but
like how do you know like what the moral?
it's just what you feel. It's literally just what you fucking feel. Do you feel like you're doing something? Do you know what you're doing? Like for
Okay,
example, this
so if
video
that
that
is
I'm
the
working
case,
on, right? Do you think that's fair? Like me?
Yeah, you're doing something really what's the word? Transformative with it.
Okay, so then that's also
I
part of it,
guess
right?
it's like
It's like how transformative are you?
but if that's the case, then like is AI like a theft?
Most of the time, yeah, because it literally uses the images that you put in to learn about how to steal it and make it what the other thing, the new thing that you're wanting.
Yeah,
to do.
but I mean, I would technically be doing that if I made my own like Spider-Man fanfic.
So, like, here's the thing, right? It also comes into money, right? If you wanted to make a fanfic of Spider-Man fucking the Mary Jane,
Mary Jane, but she's
like you're good, right? Because that's all
but
brand
she's
new.
transformed. Yes, she's fused with black cats.
Okay, whatever. But the point is, it's new. You're making new content. You're using the characters, but it's in print, right?
As long as you're making something new with it, but that's what
but again,
AI
okay,
does.
but here's the thing:
Okay.
is yeah, but like AI can make a bunch of stuff that people like visually, but it's the process that is the problem to begin with.
Is
Like,
it because
there's no human input? I don't know.
Okay.
It's like it sounds like you're arguing morality, and it's just like that's for each and individual person to decide.
I
whether or not
guess
it's
so.
okay.
I'm just trying to figure out I'm trying to get my moral opinion of it. It's just like I don't like generative AI, but I don't know if that's just because I have a personal issue with it or
A lot of the issue people have with it is that it's lazy, right? Is that because the computer can do it by itself, it's like there's no human input, and so it's like anybody could do that. If you think you can write the best Spider-Man, Mary Jane, Black Cat fan fiction porno, then you do it, right?
yeah.
It's like because that's something that you're doing and that apparently you're only capable of doing in that instance or that you're willing to do. Versus I could or any other person with a computer could just go up and type Mary Jane has sex with or fuses with Black Cat,
Make
whatever,
a comic
and then
out
anyone
of it.
can do that, right?
Right.
That's the problem. Versus you.
But why is that a problem?
Again, that's for each and every individual person to decide why it's a problem. It's a problem for me personally, because that anybody could do it. Like, imagine if the video that I'm making, right?
Yeah.
That I could just put into AI, like, oh, make me a video, a coda call where these two characters are talking, right?
Yeah, I guess I would have an issue with that because it's just like you're not putting anything in the world, which invalidates the whole purpose
So
of doing it to begin with.
So then it sounds like you're getting your answer.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's half of why I'm asking about it, because I'm just like...
Because to me, if I saw that and I knew it would diminish it to me, but like if I made the video or somebody else made the video and I watch it and I knew that they put like work into this, I was like, dude, this is awesome.
Yeah. I mean, that's what... Yeah. I guess like some people, it's just... I guess they just have a superficial interaction with the world.
It's also part about why like not staged pranks necessarily, but like staged events happening diminish a lot of it, right?
Yeah,
Like, it's not even talking about AI, but like where something really cool happens, like whoa, like I can't believe that.
Or an assassination even.
Okay. But it's like, wow, I can't believe that happened.
Staged assassination.
And that it was caught on camera versus like it diminishes when you learn like, okay, this was all planned from the start.
Yeah.
Right? And it's like, it's kind of hard to define.
Takes away
why.
that human element.
Exactly.
Which is the whole purpose of why. Yeah, and I guess, and that's the objectivity of like how I'm going to have the statement of objectivity, is because the whole purpose of life is to understand it more and to like learn from it and also see more of the human element about it. If it's all fake and performative, it gives you no value. It's like if you were to like make your opinions based off of the movies you watch. And it's like, well, half those movies...
Well, I got news for you, buddy.
Well, but like if you're putting a certain movie at the same level as Reefer Madness from like the original like propaganda film, and you're saying like, well, both of these have equal important stuff to say about the world I live in, it's just like, absolutely not. It's just like, one was made to deceive people and does not reflect the world and what the world is able to provide to, or like the human world. It's something that exists in like the physical sense, but it's not something that like, and that's the thing, it's just like the stories that you write and everything, it's just like your ability to write well gets translated and people can say like, yeah, that is reflective of what could happen in the world under these circumstances. And that helps me understand and put myself mentally into a world to work through these things and learn more about myself and the world I live in. Because, you know, it's just like The Boys, the movie or the show on Amazon or whatever, like does it, like, would something like this ever happen? No, but it's just like if a human was given the ability of like all power, how would the world respond? And I'm not saying The Boys is a great portrayal of that in every aspect, but it does give you like a good understanding of like certain elements that would be present in a world like that. And with that, you can take that and learn more about the world we do live in because of the reflections it makes, but also the creative decisions it makes. Now, not everything fits, and I think some people will not recognize why something doesn't feel right or why something is like, that was a bad episode, and it was a bad episode because subconsciously so like, that's not how somebody would react to that.
Right.
That's not how a large margin of people would react to that. Like, that wouldn't be okay, da-da-da-da. And I think that's like, but again, if you just do a computer thing, then it's just like whatever you type in, and there is no reflection really being done analytical. Now, maybe I guess if you get...
Well, because there's no purpose, right?
There is no
creation
purpose.
Because you wanted it created.
It's creation for
like,
creation's sake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, the AI topic is...
Well, that helped me sort through a lot. It is nuanced. I don't like it in a lot of ways because I have to think about a lot more stuff, and honestly, it's probably good I'm thinking about more stuff. It makes you like figure out like where your lines are and stuff, and why you're doing certain stuff. And I don't know. I'm glad we were able to talk about that thing because that's been something I've been trying to navigate through in the last few days.
Well, I think we should wrap up there, huh?
Yeah, I think that's all I had something to say. I hope you'll watch The Fear and Hunger and we can talk about it instead of anything else that somebody wants to talk about on the camping trip.
Yeah.
No, I'm just joking.
For the people that we know personally that are watching this episode, buckle up.
Made it this far.
That have made it this far, too.
Yeah, they're probably going to get to the camping site like, we're doing this? Oh, shit.
Yeah,
I wish I knew. And then we'll say, Yeah, well,
Hey,
you
you
should have
wanna
watched
watch
the
this video?
fucking podcast.
Yeah, you want to watch this video?
It's on my to-do list. Come on, guys.
But yeah, that's the show. You can like and subscribe. I don't really care. Leave a comment though. That would be great. I like the comments.
I do like the comments. Like
Um,
we didn't get one from some of the usuals. I think the last one, did we? I don't know.
I'm uncertain.
I know Hannah. Hannah was telling me she just hasn't. She just finished the week prior's episode, which she liked.
Yeah, leave a comment. Liking and subscribe. I don't really care. You can do that if you want. But the comments are really, I like those. I like reading them.
Or
and
reaching out to
responding.
either of us. I love getting the calls or the texts about it. Like I miss.
But yeah, we're rambling. So I'm gonna end the
Yeah.
episode and signing off.